Hello everyone, this is Tasnia Sharaf from Department of Computer Science and Designing, and we are going to see about the continuation of the REST API, which is in the previous video. Let's watch out what is in the next. And next, we are going to see about the JSON Express. So Express.json is a minimalist web framework for Node.js, which simplifies the process of building the web application and APIs. So handling JSON request and response, how? And passing JSON request. When an Express server receives a request with the JSON data, it needs to be passed this JSON data into JavaScript objects. This typically done using middleware provided by the Express such as express.json. So in this example, we are going to parse the JSON request bodies through the middleware using app.use, which is express.js. So the post endpoint slash API users receive JSON data in the request body, which is the request body, and response with JSON using return JSON. Okay. And next one, which is sending. First one we have seen about the JSON parsing or JSON response. Next one, sending JSON response. So Express provides the recent JSON method and to send JSON response back to clients. So in this example, we are going to see about that get options endpoint API slash users sends an array of user objects as JSON in the response using recent join. So here we can see the constant users, which is ID name 1 and name is Alice, and resident JSON users. So app.get APIs slash users request or residence, which is the sending JSON responses. Next one is a handler function. So handler function in Express are function that process incoming request and generate responses. So they requested when a root matches a request in the previous example, which is the handler function. Request is the request object containing the information about the HTTP request, and the response object used to send the response back to the client. Next one is the error handling JSON. Error responses Express allows you to send JSON formatted error responses for better error handling. So if the user with a specified ID, require params ID is found, it sends a JSON response with user detail. If the user is not found, for example with ID 2, it sends a 404 status code and JSON through a error message, which is a user not found. Next one is the middleware in Express.js. So middleware function that have access to the request, which object request response object, and the next middleware function in the application request response cycle. So execute any code, modify the request and response object. So in the request response cycle, call the next middleware function in the stack, and middleware is used to perform the such as logging, passing request bodies, authentication, handling errors, etc. Next one is Express, which is a in this we contain like log request, which is a middleware function which logs the timestamp, HTTP method, and the URL of every incoming request. Next one is the app.use log request, applies the log request middleware globally to all routes. Next one is app.get users log request, applies log request middleware only to the users endpoint. So here using middleware globally for all routes, we will use the app.use log request. In the middleware, which is particularly for a specific route if we are passing, we will be using app.get users, which is a log request sending the list of users. So here is the references, which is we'll be using for David Flangen. We have the book called JavaScript Definitive Guide, or really Media Inclusion 7th edition in 2020. Matt Frisby, Professional JavaScript for Web Developers. In that book also it will be published by Wiley in 4th edition, which is the ISBN number of 9781119366560 in 2019. Next one is Mark van Schinder, Learning Node, Addison Wesley Professional in the 2nd edition in 2016. And next one is Alex Banks, Air Prozillo, Learning React, Orally Media, and 2nd edition in 2020. And for your references for the textbook, you can see for Pro Monstack full stack development with Mongo Express Reaction Node, which was written by Vasan Subramanian, a press publisher in 2019. Thank you.